So I've been studying Proverbs because God told me to, and one of the themes, I've noticed several themes. One of the themes I've noticed is to pray clear instruction to not only pray for wisdom, but knowledge and understanding. They go together. So it's always wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Those three are listed together in a lot of scriptures. You need wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. It talks about wisdom saving your life, pray for wisdom, seek wisdom, and wisdom is common sense and discernment and fear of God. It also says the beginning of wisdom is fearing God. So, bringing everything to God, not fearing Him in like a bad way. I mean, I don't know, He is God. So, but bringing everything to Him, right? Proverbs 3, 5, and 6, lean not on your own understanding, not on your own understanding, but in all your ways acknowledge Him. He will direct your path. So, you know, God's wisdom, God's knowledge, God's understanding. There's also a theme of building skills, adding value to the world, hard work, just very practical advice in there. But then there's also the spiritual element of having godly wisdom. So there is godly wisdom and there is worldly wisdom. So you want to pray for godly wisdom. But obviously, if you're building a skill, you need knowledge, and that is more worldly. God can give you gifts where you have like a natural affinity for something, a natural gifting, talent, but you still have to hone it. You still have to build the skill. Like a person can be a natural musician, but they still have to hone and build that skill and that talent. So I've been kind of putting all this stuff together, and I just started praying for not just wisdom, because I also was praying like, okay, God, like I want to be successful. And God's like, well, you need to pray for wisdom because wisdom precedes wealth. And I was like, oh yeah, duh, that's what happened to Solomon. So, and he's like, you need to study Proverbs. You need to fill up on wisdom. So it also came to my mind, like, just thinking about building a skill, gaining more knowledge, okay, do I need to take a course? Like what skill do I need to build, God? What knowledge do I need to build? So like I downloaded a bunch of apps on like geography and just like basic like physics and stuff I didn't learn in school. So that was fun for a while, just like general knowledge, learn about European history. Now maybe that's your passion and you got to lock into that, but and American history too, of course. But then it kind of struck me like, oh my gosh, there's so much free information out there, not just in apps, but on YouTube. And I used to watch YouTube. Like I learned how to do, the whole KDP thing, Amazon KDP, self-publish. You can write a book and self-publish on Amazon, or a journal or a workbook or a coloring book, whatever. I learned all that for free on YouTube. And so I was like, oh, I don't even need to pay for a course. I can just like go back to learning from YouTube. And I also started praying. In my praying for knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, excuse me. So, in my praying for knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, I also started praying specifically for God to lead me to YouTube channels that have the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding that I need to know. And in doing that, it also came to my mind to pray specifically, even more specifically, for a YouTube channel that explains biblical wisdom around money. And this is not an ad, this is not sponsored. I came across this channel called Bible Ascent. It is so exactly what I prayed for. It's a new channel. So I think when I started praying for it, I don't think it even existed yet. So maybe I prayed it into existence. I don't know. They do such a good job of outlining ancient Jewish wisdom around money from not just like the Bible, but I don't know, they like the Tanakh or something, like old scripture, right? Like ancient scripture. So ancient biblical Jewish wisdom around money, and it's so practical. It's amazing. Like they explain it a way you can understand. So that was a huge answer to prayer. And yeah, I just encourage you guys to pray for knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. And you don't have to spend a bunch of money. Like I have come across so many amazing YouTube channels and absorbed so much information since I prayed this prayer in just the last week. like, it's kind of cool too, because I prayed that prayer, my brain was like primed to just absorb knowledge. And because I was also praying for wisdom, the wisdom guided me to what knowledge I needed to absorb and what knowledge is godly and what knowledge is worldly. So pray for knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, all three together, because the understanding was my brain understanding it and grabbing it and going, okay, yes. The wisdom is going, that's knowledge that I need. And then the knowledge is the knowledge. So, yeah.